Compacto, compacto, compacto. Usada pecora peco. How is everyone doing? I think my stream is being weird. Maybe my internet is trash, but here I am. How is everyone? I don't think I've done anything since contracts has been over, so yeah, how is everyone? I just came back, so I decided to go and just do a stream talking about stuff. Holy crap, my thing is buffering like hell. I don't know why it's doing this, whatever. I should just stop messing with that. Let me just double check and make sure the stream is working, because it might not be working. Because my internet is weird right now. I can't even load the stream. Is it working? It might not be working. Okay, now mine. It's working now. Alright, boys and girls and everyone in between. Alright, so going to be talking about some stuff from my trip. Just yeah. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I was planning on going through it, what do you call that, chronologically, but everything is kind of a mess. So I shall just wing it. So let me just bring the pile of stuff over. I don't know if there's space, so I will see whether I can bring it over. It's quite tall, so it might collapse. So I'll see. Give me... Alright, some of it fell, but there's just a bunch of stuff. I'll leave on the floor first and I will... everything is going terribly. Alright, let's just slowly start. There's gonna be like a lot of microplastics, so if you are a environmentalist, I'll suggest you look away, because a lot of crimes might be committed if you continue watching this stream. Alright, so first and foremost, I was in Japan for a few days. Let me just quickly go through and talk about how long I was there. I was there on the 20th. I landed on the 20th in the morning. Landed on the 20th in the morning and then stayed in Tokyo for 2 days until the I stayed for 3 days until the 22nd. I bought most of the stuff there, and after I went to Osaka for a day, so that was the 23rd, and I got more stuff there. Then I was touring Shiga and Kobe for the next few days, just seeing some stuff. So yeah, anyway, let's start. There's quite a lot to go through, so yeah, the Pecora, the gambling rabbit, there's an important story with her, so we will talk about her later, so you can sit off at the side for now. Alright, so let's just start. So, keychains. So this is the... what was that thing called? It was the Suisei Archives. It's still happening right now. I think it's happening until like the middle of... I opened the wrong website. I think it's open until the middle of next month. So if you want to go, you should still be able to go. I went a few days after it opened. I think like it started on the 16th. I was there on the 20th, but early in the morning there was still a bit of a queue. But I think nowadays it should be relatively okay. It's not a very big venue. Let me just switch to this. So yeah, Suisei Archives. It's at Paku Factory in Ikebukuro, but the location where the showcase is not very large. It's actually quite a small exhibition. My mic is peaking. Whoops. Give me a second to lower it a bit. So yeah, this Suisei Archives wasn't very big. When I went there on the 20th, there was still a bit of a queue, like just a tiny bit of a queue. It wasn't that bad, because the reason is just that they have time slots, so you need to need to be there for the time slots. So it's every 15 minutes, if I'm not wrong, you are able to enter. So yeah, anyway, I would say that for the price that it is, there's not really a lot happening there. And the thing is that when I was on 20th, there were quite a few things which were already sold out. Specifically, it was this Suisei. I actually don't know. If you've seen the new MV, which is Kile Goto, you'll know the different Suiseis that appear like throughout. This Suisei specifically, like the main character Suisei. The acrylic figure of her sold out. I'm not sure what else was. There were some things that were sold out already. But yeah, I would say that it's only the Suisei archive items that you want to be there for, because the other items you can get from other places. But if you are there and you just happen to want to get some Suisei goods, especially I think like the Sanrio. It's not the Sanrio, it's the, I don't know what that thing is. Yeah, basically if you want Suisei goods, there's a shop there. But anyway, the exhibition for 1500 yen is quite lackluster, I'll say. But especially if you want to get the goods for this, pretty sure a lot of these goods usually are limited run. So actually, speaking of limited run, a lot of items in Japan are limited run. That's how they get you to spend. So yeah, that's why I always spend a lot every time I go to Japan. So yeah, this is from Suisei Archives. I will find a place to put this on the bag or something, but right now, no. So next, let me take... I can't find it now, mine. Alright, we got some Vespo goods as well. This time I wanted to go and get some Vespo goods as well, and thank God Kotobukiya exists. I'll talk about Kotobukiya a bit later as well, but this is not a Kotobukiya item. This is from a it's not from a vending, it's not from a Jihanki. It's from a Gachapon machine. So yeah, I think All Life also has these small keychains. I assume Niji will also have one. This Hinano from one of the Gachapon machines. These are 400 yen a piece. I would say that they're not bad. They're quite fun to collect. And yeah, pretty sure you can get these secondhand if you want as well, specifically if you're looking for a certain character, but you can always gamble 400 yen each. These are nice. Won't talk too much about Gachapon machines. Let's see, I have a lot of small packets here. So these are, what do you call these? These are the one thing that you can always find in Japan. These are the things that you can grab that have a pool of randomized potential pools, and then you will be able to get something from it. This is from Heaven Burns Red. I forgot which one is this. This is I think this is an acrylic stand or keychain. This for Heaven Burns Red 31X. My favorite character in Heaven Burns Red is Sha, so yeah, I want to get this. So the thing with HBR goods is that they are not the easiest thing to get. And there's not a lot of places where you can get HBR goods. Specifically, where I got these from though, compared, like from looking around all the anime areas, I was mainly in Tokyo and Osaka. I was there at Akiba and Tenden Town. So those are mostly where you should be able to find the most amount of stuff. But out of everywhere I went, in Akiba's Animate, if I'm not wrong, Animate Akihabara. So specifically in this Animate, if you go to the top floor of this Animate, they have a special Yostar specialty shop. So a lot of the games which are licensed by Yostar, so stuff like, I think I saw Blue Archive there, Azure Lane, and then Heaven Burns Red, they have that whole floor specifically just for Yostar branded, Yostar published games. So yeah, this is a place I managed to find most of my HBR stuff, especially like the official license stuff. So yeah, if you love Yostar games and stuff and you want to find specific items, I think Blue Archive is a lot easier to find. I think Azure Lane, Heaven Burns Red would be a lot harder. So if you want this Animate at Akihabara, is the easiest to find stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, let's go and open these up. I have a few. These are, some of them are different. This one is the Day 1X one. So let's see what I get. I just want to get Sha. So if you don't get Sha, it's fine, but we'll see what we get. Of course, it's covered by more plastic, and it's Carol. There's a lot of Carol stuff left over. People don't like Carol too much, I guess. She's fun. I got her. I have her SS1 in what do you call that? In the game, but yeah. Anyway, not the main target. So let's see. This one is a different one. This one is the Nabi one. So this one will either be Nabis or it will be the staff members, which is Nanamin. I forgot their names. I only know Nanamin because she's the only one I care about. So let's see. It's a Nabi. Nabis are really funny though. They're such funny little creatures. Alright, we got a Nabi and we have a Carol. Like, I'm gonna create so much waste after this stream. It's gonna be crazy how much waste is gonna end up. This is another Nabi one. So I'm hoping for Nanami, but I think normal Nabis are fine as well. They are pretty funny creatures. I can't really tell what they are. Hey, we got one! Otsukare sama desu. Otsukare Nanamin. Nice, okay, we managed to get one Nanamin. That's nice. Oh my god, there's gonna be so much trash. I should get a trash bag or something, but I did not think that far ahead. Alright, next up, let's just go on to something else. This is Cinderella Grey. So there's a pop-up cafe for Cinderella Grey at this was Branch Park. Branch Park is, let me go, Branch Park is this one. So yeah, Branch Park. This place was actually pretty nice. Like, this whole restaurant is actually pretty nice. Give me a second. I have some pictures for it, but I have a lot of other pictures, so it might end up a bit weird. I do have pictures. Give me a second. So yeah, this was inside the cafe. It was pretty nice. The cafe itself was really nice. The whole vibes of the place was pretty good. The food was okay. It was decent, I guess. Most collab cafes don't specifically have very nice food, I would say, but these were fine. It was okay. Do I have pictures of the food? Yeah, I do. This was a black sesame latte. Yeah. This was the odeni. It was just a offal stew. Yeah, this was the anmitsu. This was just dessert. And yeah, it was just a pretty nice cafe. It was pretty vibey. It was a cool place to be. I went to book a reservation for it. You can book reservations for collab cafes most of the time, especially more popular ones. For the first few days you are required to book. If not, you pretty much cannot get a seat. I think for this Cinderella Grey one, it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite empty, I think, at that time comparatively. Mostly it was like normal tourists I saw that were coming in like later on. They were like just walking around like, oh, it's a good time for food, and they just came in to this collab cafe not really knowing much about it. So yeah, it was a pretty nice cafe. And yeah, it was a pretty cool collab. So the truth was that some of the goods were actually not supposed to arrive until the 23rd, but I think they managed to get in on the 22nd, which was when I went. So yeah. Anyway, this is a acrylic stand, so we'll see who we got. The truth is that I've been wanting to read Cinderella Grey, but I haven't gotten chance or gotten around to actually reading it. So honestly, I have no idea what the plot of Cinderella Grey is. I know Ogre Cap is there and she's trying to fight, like win or something. So let's see who we got. Oh, we got Belno Light. I actually don't know what her role in the anime is, but I got Belno Light. Anyway, I got a lot of acrylic figures because I usually like to have acrylic figures. I always have them on the shelf. I don't think you can see the shelf. You can see like the top of the shelf, but everywhere below I like to put acrylic figures. I still have quite a bit of space, so that's why I just have stuff. So anyway, next, this is also from the Yostar shop at the Animate. This is a mascot charm of Nanamin. I will find a place to hang it up later as well. So yeah. And the last thing on the table is Kagasumire keychain from Kotobukiya. So Kotobukiya recently has gotten very into doing, what do you call that? Kotobukiya has very specifically been going into a lot of VTuber stuff. Kotobukiya does anime figures. They also have a lot of game goods, but nowadays they're also branching into VTuber stuff a lot. So if you're looking for VTuber items, Kotobukiya is not a bad place to go. Here's the Akiba one. The VTuber stuff spans the 3rd and 4th floor, or is it just the 3rd or the 4th? I can't remember. Basically, there's a floor. If I'm not wrong, the Akihabara one is split into 2 different floors. So you have one floor for Hololive specifically, I think it's the top floor, and then there's a 2nd floor which is for every other VTuber group, just like combined together. It's quite a large Kotobukiya, but the queues, especially for Niji Sanji goods, are really, especially like the Niji Sanji floors, are quite long, because Niji Sanji in Japan is actually quite popular, contrary to what the global audience thinks because of a lot of drama with the EN site. So but Kotobukiya has 2 separate stores in Osaka, and the one with VTuber stuff is this one. So this one is a more newly open one, and this Kotobukiya specifically is specifically just for VTuber goods. They only stock VTuber goods in this store. It's not super large. I would say it's quite large, but this store is specifically just for VTuber stuff. So if you want VTuber stuff, you'll go to this one. And then this is the old Kotobukiya, which will do mostly game stuff and their figurine lineup. So that is the difference. VTuber stuff here, the normal Kotobukiya stuff here. Akiba's one is only a single store, so yeah. Okay. Kagasumi. They have a campaign going on where if you spend enough, you get a card. And the thing was that I wanted a Kagasumi postcard, but the thing was the Akiba one had run out of them. So I went to the Osaka one afterwards and then bought some more stuff so that I could get enough for the postcard here. So yeah, if you're going to different places, you might, especially with campaign stuff which runs out, you'll see quite a variance in whether you'll be able to get certain stuff. Okay, next. Takashimaya. This is a bookstore. This stuff is not important. This is like stationery. I'm going to take my JLPT in July, so I went to go and grab some stationery. This is a big eraser and some pencils that are specifically marketed for doing tests, and so yeah, I just got these for my JLPT. So I'll get that quickly out of the way. Next, we have this huge bag. You might be wondering what's in this bag of a bunch of papers, and there are a lot of things in here, so we shall slowly unpack them. I'm going to keep the bag here because I will probably be putting everything back inside so that I can sort it again later, but let's start. So this is from the Cinderella Grey Cafe coaster. It's actually pretty solid, surprisingly, for a coaster. It's like pretty solid. It is technically still a one-time use item, even though it's pretty thick. I don't think you should put anything on them, but yeah, a coaster here. This was from the drink. Every drink you get, you'll get one of these. It's supposed to, the straw is supposed to go through here, but you actually want to keep it, so they never ever put it on the straw. They just give it to you separately. We have more coasters. This is one more coaster. Basically, there are 2 styles. There's the chibi style coaster and there's the actual style coaster. And then we have one more Ogre Cap one. So yeah, coasters. Probably keep them in my coaster binder or like my postcard binder where I keep flat items in. So yeah. Next, we have a Niji Sanji Kurazushi collab. This collab is still ongoing. I think it'll go on for quite a bit because yeah, it's going to go on for quite a bit. And yeah, I just went to Kurazushi. Kurazushi is nice anyway. Most chain restaurant sushi places in Japan are really good. I just so happened to be around and I decided to check it out because Niji Sanji JP is actually pretty interesting. So I went, and yeah, this is one of the cards from the snacks, from the meal items, I should say. Alright, next. This is also from Kurazushi. This is one of the prizes you can win. Kurazushi has the, what do you call that? The gachapon game, which you can play every time you eat a certain amount of plates. So every 5 plates of sushi you put into the slot, you get to play a gacha game. I think they added a new thing where if you pay extra, actually it might not be new, but if you pay it extra, you'll be able to get a higher chance at winning winning the gacha, which is really funny. So you're basically paying for a higher chance of winning. This is Kagami Hayato. Yeah, Nijisanji male members are really popular. So you could get a few other members. So it was Furen, Ibrahim, this is Kaisei, Yusei, Ness, Lena, Hayato, and Fuyuki, which is Hakase, I guess, whatever you want to call them. Samefu, 3SKM, SMC, Gumi. So if you don't care about Niji, which I think the global audience really doesn't care that much, yeah, you wouldn't really care about this. But this collaboration is ongoing for quite a while. I think there's still quite a few days left to the collaboration. Let me go and just check, because yeah, if you go to Kurazushi during this time, you'll probably still be seeing this collaboration. Let me double check. So this is like a multi-stage collaboration, so it lasts quite a while. So let's see. Yeah, here. So there's the Nijisanji collab campaign. So depending on when you go, they'll change the prizes and the things that you can get. So yeah, these are, I think these are, depending on how much you spend, you'll be able to get one of these randomly. When I went, it was during the clear file one and they already ran out. So yeah, you have to wait for the next one until they have stock, and then they'll change it again. Here is for rubber coaster. And these are the prizes you can get from, what was it, the gachapon. So yeah, these are the menu items. I didn't end up eating the burger. I think it was a bit filling. This was okay. It's pretty much sushi. I would say that the other sushi is nicer. This is strawberry milk. It was nice. It's really sweet, but yeah. Anyway, this collab goes on for quite a while, so yeah. Anyway, now that I'm on this topic about collaboration stuff, you might be wondering, wow, you go to so many collaboration places. How do you figure out all that stuff? So yeah, I think I talked about this before quite a long time ago. But the place I use is a site called Collab Cafe, Collaboration Cafe. So this is a Japanese site, but if you wanted to, you can always go translate the page, see everything in English, and then yada yada yada. But I always read it in Japanese because it is less sore to read it like that. But yeah, this is the best place to look for anime news, anime collaborations, pop-up cafes, any kind of thing that you kind of want news on. Most of the time you'll be able to find them here. VTuber news, anime news, those are the main ones. So if you want, you can go from the top genre list. This is Collaboration Cafe. These are exhibitions, convenience store collaborations, character shops, news. This is pop-up stores, online shop, Ichiban Kuji, amusement, so like theme parks and whatever. What's this? Theme park UNG, about the same. Karaoke, because karaoke is in Japan. Nearly every major karaoke chain in Japan does do collabs. So every time you go, karaoke chains and convenience stores and sushi places, a lot of the time those places will always have a collaboration running. It's good money and good to draw people in. A STEM rally, this doesn't really show up. This is fashion, which is usually down to a few stores like Avail or like limited clothes. And this anime and manga limited events, this is kind of old. I could search by regions as well. Ikebukuro, Akiba, Shinjuku, Osaka, Fukuoka, Nagoya. You can specifically search yourself as well if you want a specific location. But yeah, get a lot of news here like anime news. This is medleys, like new volume coming out. Goods, these are for like permanent goods where you can pre-order. They tell you the dates and stuff, exhibitions and whatever. So yeah, I really love using this site. It really helps you plan for things, because collaboration shops Usually the locations for them, pop-up stores and whatever, stay the same, but every few weeks, every few months, they'll always change a lot, and Collab Cafe is one of the best places to check whether what's happening and places to go whenever you go to Japan. So highly recommend this place. Said it before, said it again, we'll keep saying it. This place is really good, especially if you are planning a trip. Just check the dates, see stuff, and then you can go for it. So yeah, I really love that. So next, this is a ticket. So this was technically for research for Magaimono. So the thing was that before Manga Deck started exploding, me and Shiren were doing a translation scanlation for a series called Magaimono, which is about, I actually have the physical volumes. Let me bring the volumes. So Magaimono, this is a series specifically about this guy who is basically an artist, a painter, back in, actually forgot the era names, Showa era, I guess like the 1900s. So he lives with a pair of siblings whose mom is out working, and this guy realizes that he has to start helping them survive. And so he is technically a horror artist painter, but during that time, horror art is not really something that sells. So he ends up making fake drawings of like impersonating famous artists of that time and creating works to sell illegally. So yeah, that's basically what this series is about. And so specifically, the works that are being talked about are a lot of ukiyo-e works during that period of time. And so I went to a few, let me just put this aside. I went to a few museums to take a closer look because I just wanted to do a bit of research on them. So yeah, I went. And so I will say that they are actually amazing pieces of work. I have a few postcards that I got. I also have a book, but yeah, I got some postcards of ukiyo-e works. So yeah, they're really nice. But the thing is that, honestly, like a postcard, a picture of it, a printing of it cannot really express how great these ukiyo-e artworks are. Like, when you actually see them in person, these artworks were relatively small. These weren't also technically ukiyo-e. These weren't hand-drawn. These are hanga, so they impressed it onto drawings, which was more popular later because it was cheaper and easier for people to buy. But when you see them, it's actually amazing how detailed some of these works are. I think some people definitely have a closer affinity to certain different kinds of ukiyo-e works or bijinga or whatever of artworks during the era, but you cannot really express how great some of these pictures are if you don't see them firsthand. When you see them firsthand, you look at them closely, you realize how complex they are, and it's pretty amazing how great it is. It actually gave me a greater appreciation for Magaimono, but also how I realized that in a manga, it won't be able to fully capture the brilliance of how these pictures actually work. So I would say that if you have some interest in Japanese culture, if you have time, there are quite a few art galleries which are not very out of the way, I would say. Like Osaka near Dotonbori, I know there are two here. I didn't end up going to them because I actually, my leg was pretty injured after walking too much, but there are two ukiyo-e, let me just check, ukiyo-e. I don't know, there are two. Yeah, there's like this Osaka ukiyo-e museum here. It's like right at Dotonbori, so it's Kamigata Ukiyo-e Museum. So it's not actually that far out from usually like places where it usually be. So it's actually really good. The one I went to another one, which was not this one. This one is the Ota Memorial Museum of Art. This one is near Harajuku. Was it Harajuku? This one was near Harajuku, so it wasn't super far. It was a bit of a walk, but it's not really far. Another one I went to was extremely far. it was absolutely terrible to walk. I would say if you're gonna go, you should probably take the bus, but I will talk about that later on. So yeah, ukiyo-e, absolutely beautiful. If you really love Japanese culture, you should go and take a look at one of the museums one day. Just take a close look at the paintings and just realize how great some of these painters of this period are. So next up, we have the Suisei Archives. This is a sticker, if I'm not wrong, not for sale. If you went, you would get one of these. What else? This is one of the cards. No, this is also a sticker, if I'm not wrong. This is all the stickers you get if you spend above 3,000 yen. Managed to get the main character Suisei sticker. I probably wouldn't stick it anywhere though. Okay, let me just put these aside. So next are this is the other ticket for the museum. This is a Bijinga one. So yeah, I'll talk more about that later. But yes, I will just keep the tickets because they're nice. Now I just have this. This is the actual ticket. You need the ticket for this in order to be able to buy stuff, so they'll mark it. We can ignore that. So here are the postcards for Vespo. You can see all the Vespo branding. So we have a tuna. We have a Noah. Noah is really funny, especially at drunkenness. Hinano, and then Kagasumi, which I went all the way to Osaka's Kotobukiya and spent more money just to get this because they had it in stock there. So depending on where you are, I would say the stock of certain items will run out relatively quickly because people in different regions have different preferences. So yeah. And last but not least, Cinderella Grey postcards. This was the ones that you got if you went to pre-reserve. It was 660 yen to reserve because of tax though. Yeah. Probably won't open it because it's nicely sealed already, so I'll just leave it as it is. So that's it for all the flat paper stuff. Let me just go and sort it out and put it back into the paper bag. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I have a postcard folder on my shelf, so I'll go and put everything in afterwards, though I might be running out of space in that folder, so I will see when I actually go and pack it. Okay, let me put this aside. Next, I'll do that later. Let's do the simple stuff. Books. I only bought 3 this time. I didn't really want to bring too many books back here, and they're also pretty heavy and quite annoying to pack. There was quite a bit of space that I could have used, but yeah, this is the usual stuff that I usually go and catch up on. Otonari Tenshi light novel and Karuhana. So yeah, I've been collecting these, so I don't really want to stop collecting them, so every time I go I always buy the fresh copies of them. So yeah, nothing more to talk about them. This is the usual stuff that I always make sure to check when I go. I could start buying them secondhand because they're a lot cheaper, but it would ruin it because I've already have all of the rest in like the not like brand new, so I'm not going to buy it secondhand. With the Manga Dex Apocalypse, I was thinking about getting quite a bit of manga, honestly, but and I decided against it. Always love going to secondhand stores to look for manga. Mandarake, Book Off, Hobby Off, those places. Perfectly good for looking for secondhand manga. Extremely cheap. A lot of the slightly, I would say not excellent quality, but very reasonable quality. You can buy secondhand books for like 110, 120 yen. You can buy full series as well, usually for like 3,000-4,000 depending on how long the series is. 3,000-4,000 for like a 10 plus ish volume series. Yeah, you can buy complete volumes or up to like the latest volume. Extremely worth it, especially if you really love manga. Extremely cheap to buy them secondhand, and especially since you kind of have no choice but to try and be more legal because I'm on stream. I won't say anything, but yeah, legally Japanese raws a lot cheaper, especially when you can get them secondhand. I don't know how the translated volumes of manga and light novels are in the secondhand market. Not too sure about that. But I would say that if you really want to save money right now, learning Japanese, one of the best things you can do, get manga raws. I saw them selling, what do you call it? Translated raws, not translated raw, translated manga volumes in a few locations, like the more touristy locations in Tokyo during that time. The price for those volumes are like 2.5 to 3k plus yen, which is like, not in US dollars, I think it's like closer to like 15, a lot more than 15, I think 16, 17 USD and up, which is actually absurd because it's like 4 to 5 times more expensive than a brand new raw. So for one translated volume, you could get 4 or 5 non-translated volumes, which, I mean, if you use some basic math, you can figure out that it's really not that worth buying non-raws nowadays. But yeah, it's a terrible situation, but thank God Japanese people can support the industry. If you just learn Japanese, you'll be able to read all the raws perfectly fine. I've been reading raws, translating raws. If you're reading them, it's a lot easier because you can kind of rough translate the meanings. It's still most of the time better than direct translations or like localization, because sometimes the meaning of translations, especially after I started translating stuff, sometimes when you have certain phrases that appear in a conversation, it's actually really difficult to translate it really nicely into like a localized version. If it's too long or there's not a proper word for it, it gets very complicated. So even if you can generally read the Japanese version, the raws, you'll actually end up mostly getting a better experience. I would say the more true experience compared to reading a translated version, even if it's by a really good translator. So yeah, Japanese secondhand market, absolutely great, especially if you want to read a lot, because manga volumes, I can tell you that they get quite expensive if you keep buying them new, but secondhand market really keeps things a lot cheaper. Alright, next, what should I pick up? And just pick up more plastic. So this another Vespo keychain from the same vending machine as the Hinano one, Lisa. Also just recently, not even just recently, like literally today, just like a few hours ago, Lisa had a medical emergency, so now she's like staying in the hospital for a bit. So yeah, sad times. I got more plastic. This is another Cinderella grey one, so we'll see which one we get this time. Am I hoping for anyone? I don't even remember what are the available options for these, so I can't really say I'm hoping for anyone. I guess Ogre Cap would be nice. Hey! I voiced it into existence. We got an Ogre Cap. OG, one of the OG horses of Uma Musume. Nice! Alright. Well, alright, next we have another Heaven Burns Red keychain. There's another Nabi one. We'll see who we get this time. I think there's only 2 of each of the staff members, so if I could get the other Nanami one, that would be nice, but I doubt my RNG is that good. Alright, so let's see who this one is. It's another Nabi. Oh shit, it's a dupe. I can't believe we got a dupe. Unbelievable, we got a dupe. Oh well, it happens. I can make a chain of Nabis now. If I'm not wrong, I bought 3 of the Nabi one. I think I bought 3 of the 31X one, so yeah. Anyway, next up, we have a Heaven Burns Red keychain that is not from RNG. We have an actual Heaven Burns Red keychain. This, if I'm not wrong, is made by Cospa. If you don't know who Cospa is, actually I have no idea what Cospa really is. Basically, Cospa is one of like the biggest manufacturers of anime items So yeah, they make a lot of anime goods, and so they are actually they are a really good place to get items for. Let me just go to the Japanese site because I think it'll show a lot more. So yeah, so they are a shop that specializes in making goods for a lot of different IPs, especially IPs which you don't really expect to have goods. So you have some of the more like niche, I guess you would say niche series available here. So yeah, Cospa, I don't know. But yeah, they have popular series, they have some less popular series as well. They really have a lot of different stuff that you will be able to get from Cospa. They make a lot of anime goods, so Cospa is really nice. They are also a major cosplay manufacturer, so you can get really pretty decent cosplay from Cospa as well. The thing was that I did not know that they had a physical shop, but they only have a single physical shop if I'm not wrong. And this physical shop is in Osaka. It's called G Store, if I'm not wrong. G Store Osaka. So G Store Osaka is right, if the Kotobukiya is like slightly higher up, I think it's somewhere here. If you just walk a bit further, you'll get to G Store Osaka. And this store basically sells all of Cospa's items. So for the most part, you can get like these Cospa branded keychains, Cospa shirts, Cospa goods. Basically all of that you can get them here. And they have a lot of different series which most of the time you wouldn't be able to find goods for. Like a lot of light novels, I would say you can find goods for them in G Store. But the thing with G Store is that, if I'm not wrong, you can only find it in Osaka. If I'm not wrong, they don't have a second store, but I'm not entirely sure about it. I just know that this Osaka one is pretty large and it has a lot of items. And they have a specific section in the store, one corner just for cosplay goods as well. So if you are into cosplay, you want to get some cosplay done, you can go to G Store as well. For example, this pop-up store, I was here a bit too early, so I did not make it. But yeah, they have a visual novel pop-up as well. So yeah, they have a lot of series which would be really hard to find goods for, but they do have goods in store because Cospa just shits out goods, like a bunch of goods. So it's pretty easy to find like a lot of stuff. So anyway, it seems that they have one in Osaka, they have one in Nagoya, they have one in Sendai, and they have one in Ogura. If I'm not wrong, that's Ogura, but yeah. Anyway, they have a few stores. I don't think there's one directly in Tokyo. So the next largest town which you can get them in, Osaka or Nagoya. So if you're there, definitely check out G Store. You can definitely find a lot of goods, especially for more underground series, stuff that you would not expect to find goods for. You'll be able to find them here. Really nice place. It was really unexpected. I did not know this store existed, but when I walked by seeing it, it was like, well, great. It's really nice. Anyway, let's grab more stuff. Let's grab a few more plastic. So I also got the Nanami one. Very nice. So these are the other two Heaven Burn Red mystery packs. Say 1X. Still hoping for Sha. If we don't get Sha, it is what it is, but it would be nice if we did not get a dupe, but we got another dupe. Oh no. What is she even saying? Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, I know, right? Carol, it is crazy. We live in a crazy world. This better not be a third dupe. If I do get a third dupe, that would be crazy. Seriously crazy, but yeah, it was just all randomly put. It wasn't in like bags or such, so I couldn't really tell if they were gonna be different, but QED, this Irene. Ta-da! Anyway, Heaven Burns Red goods. Really hard to find. So yeah, I'll see. Especially certain characters, definitely not as popular. Certain characters, extremely popular. Sha, I could not find any Sha goods at the official YoStar section of the Animate store. Absolutely crazy, but Sha is popular, I guess. There were certain characters which were really hard to find, especially the more popular characters, so yeah, it is how it is. Alright, next let's grab more stuff. Alright, let me talk about this one first. This one is funny. So you see these two cards. These are actually pretty nice. These are actually pretty well built cards. But there's something about these cards that we need to talk about. Because these cards are for... You can read this. It's not focusing. The Idolmaster Tours. So this game is a new arcade game that recently came out in arcades. They were having campaigns literally everywhere. Nearly every arcade, you could find a Idolmaster Tours machine because it's new, and Idolmasters is a really big franchise in Japan. The thing is that the game is kind of terrible. So what the game is supposed to be is that it's a rhythm game where you have cards where you can basically go and add visuals or accessories and change their skills and whatever. It's a whole another thing that I don't really want to talk about, but the gameplay itself is kind of shit. It's not really that fun. I think Idolmaster Tours is not competing in the rhythm game space because the rhythm game space is highly competitive in Japan and it's not a good rhythm game. But it is a good arcade game because there are a few things you can do. First is one of these card type games. It's more similar or in tune with games like the Gundam arcade game, Kantai Collection arcade game, Fate Grand Order arcade game. Basically those games with a bunch of cards which you need to collect and play. It's one of these. They are a literal money sink. You will never be able to make your money back playing arcade games. But if you really enjoy Idolmaster, I guess you could make a point about whether you like them or not. Also, you kind of need the cards in order to be able to do stuff. But the thing is, if I'm not wrong, you're able to buy the cards and you can use them on your own account. So it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah. Idolmaster Tours, not a great game. Unless you really like Idolmaster, I would say it's not recommended to play it. Especially since the arcade where I was playing it in, there are basically 3 different price categories. There's the 100 yen one, 200 yen one, 300 yen one. I don't know what the 300 yen one is. I did not really specifically check it out. The 200 yen one gets you a card and gets you 1 song to play. And the 100 yen one just gets you 1 song to play. Which is criminal because if you think about it, every other, what do you call that? Rhythm game gives you at least 3 plays with 100 yen. So it's crazy you get 1 song for 100 and you have to pay 100 for the card. So yeah, anyway, crazy stuff. Besides that, I think the biggest draw about Cinderella Tours, not Cinderella, Idolmaster Tours, is that there's a mode where you can like control, what do you call it? Control like the characters and play a song. While the song is playing, you can like do the photo mode. The best way to put it is like Idly Pride. After you finish the song performance, you sit through the performance and you can take pictures. And those pictures you can like download them. After you take the pictures in the game itself, Idolmaster Tours, you take the pictures, you will be transported to another screen. You can select the pictures you want and you can download them. And yeah, it's hard to recommend it to anyone who's not a huge Idolmaster fan. But yeah, it's not a great game. It's definitely not a rhythm game. If you're a rhythm game player, stick to the actual rhythm games. So yeah. But one of the good things about playing it was I had to get a Bandai Namco passport. And so it just happens that they were doing a Niji Sanji collab with Bandai Namco as well. So yeah, I got a Bandai Namco Niji Sanji card. I always wanted to get one of these like different e-amusement cards. And I never really was able to get them because you can only kind of get them in Japan. So I managed to get one. So yeah, that's a good thing. That's one of the only good things that came about playing Idolmaster. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on to some of the acrylic stuff. I think I'll just grab all of these. I will need to go and build them later, but yeah. This is a Vespo keychain. Kaga Sumire's base outfit. It's a really nice outfit, by the way. You can get outfits of all of the characters, but yeah, really nice. I wasn't planning on getting it at first, but since I had to go and buy, I had to spend to get the next card, I just went to get this really nice metal keychain, so it won't break as easy as plastic or scuff as easily, but yeah, nice. Comes with a keyring as well, so you can put stuff on it. Next we have acrylic. I just destroyed paper. I will just stick this away. Uhi. I like Uhi. Uhi is my League VTuber Oshi because she's like the best at League. That's basically about it. Uhi. Emataso, Seiso Tanto, Emataso. We have the fake Seiso, Koko Se Tanto. Yeah, I really like Vespo members. I think Vespo, compared to a lot of the current VTuber groups, Vespo has the most real characters, is the best way to put it. They feel like the most human. That's why they're really fun to watch. Because, yeah, the interactions they have with people, not really limited to certain stuff, and it's just really nice. This is my Kagasumi. Wah! Right. And then we also have the swimsuit version of Kagasumi. These are different versions. These two are from the 2024 New Year's, which was recently stocked in Kotobukiyas. Don't know how much stock they'll have, but this was recently added. These two are from swimsuit summer 2024. So yeah, these are nice costumes as well. And then this next one. So this one is from a store. It's from a specific store, from a art gallery store. Let me go and grab. So these two are technically a pair. They came together. They didn't come together. I had to pay for both of them. But these are gotten from a specific Illustrator art gallery store that specializes in Illustrator goods. So if you don't know about Illustrator goods, basically, you know your famous Twitter illustrators and whatever. They post stuff on Twitter. But a lot of the times, these illustrators also have booth goods. And so, if I'm not wrong, these are booth goods. Or either like Comic Cat goods or whatever. So yeah, these are from the only illustrator that I care about, which is the same illustrator as both of the tapestries. And I have both of the art books as well, which I don't know if I've shown, but yeah. From my favorite illustrator, Momoko. Yeah, so yeah. I went to the store. I like going to that store. This one is in Osaka along the main road of Denden on the right side. Yeah, I guess. Well, you'll know when you see it, but Illustrator store, really nice. Sell official Illustrator goods. And yeah, if you really love your illustrators or Japanese illustrators, definitely check out the art gallery. I can't remember the name of the gallery. It's like a store. Let me go and search it up. I know where it is. The thing is, I never remember the name of the place. It's quite far down. I think it is Chigao. I don't remember where. I don't know whether I can find it. Which one is it? Is it below? Wait, let me go and drop into... If I'm not wrong, it's... Wait, which direction am I facing? Roshin... I think it's this direction. Can't remember. Is it before or after the K-Books? It's before. Ah, yes, I found it. Did I miss it? Okay, is this store Art Dress? So this store specializes in Illustrator goods. And let me just go to goods. So this store specializes in illustrators. If you ever heard of any of the famous illustrator names, you'll probably have their items in this store. They mainly have a lot of tapestry. They have special artworks as well, like these frame pictures which you can get. So yeah, you can get a lot of illustration books as well from a lot of the different artists if you ever like any of them. You have all these different acrylic stands as well from different artists. And so yeah, I really enjoy this store, really nice. And if you have a specific illustrator that you enjoy, definitely go take a look. You can probably find some of their goods, get some tapestries, really nice to put up around, really nice decoration. So yeah, anyway, let's go into more stuff. Let me finish off more of the acrylic stands. So, Toto-sen, probably the most say-so character actually in Vespo. I haven't really seen her very often, but yeah, Toto from Vespo. We have Sakura Chiono from Cinderella Grey. It's quite a big acrylic stand actually. These weren't supposed to arrive, but yeah, there was a delay in the goods for the Cinderella Grey Cafe, but they actually managed to come in time, which surprised me when I saw that they actually had the goods, which was only supposed to be out in like the next day after I went. So yeah, actually I said that already. And then last but not least, actually I think there's a few more. Here next, Suisei acrylic stand. You know, I never really liked these kinds of acrylic stands because they come in this whole board. So this entire board is made of acrylic. But the thing is that I have no idea what to do with the acrylic board after I push like the main acrylic stand out of the board. So I don't really know what to do with it afterwards, but I usually just keep them. So I just have... I've kept them somewhere, but I do have like just like a chunk of acrylic boards from acrylic stands like this because I don't really want to throw them away because they're actually nice acrylic boards as well. Like it's all printed and stuff, really nice. But also like I don't know what to do with them. So yeah. Next we have a few more acrylic stands. This is one of the... I actually don't know what exactly. This is the animate. This is a special... This is not animate. This is a current Hololive special illustration thing going on. This ink style art. The only talent I cared about from them was Koyo, so I just got the Koyo one. A very big acrylic stand as well. Then next, my Hololive Oshi BB. Alright. So yeah, these were this is a regular outfit. This is the Hololive Station current pop-up. Speaking of the Hololive Station pop-up, they have different rounds for like these pop-ups. So it's currently round 3. I don't know if they have a round 4, but they did change the characters every once in a while. I think there should still be one more round if I'm not wrong, but yeah. Hololive Station, the pop-up store is actually pretty nice. It's really small, just so you know, but yeah. Yeah, BB. Alright. They also managed to get the keychain, the angry BB keychain. I didn't know they sold this as permanent goods, but yeah, they did have it, so yeah. If you're wondering why it's not in the bag, I took it out to hang because I needed the bag for coins because I forgot to bring a coin pouch, so yeah, that's why it's out. And then lastly, we have another big acrylic board, but there's a Nanami acrylic stand from the YoStar store as well. So yeah, I think it's coming out already. I'll probably go and put her up afterwards. It's quite loose. It's not a really thick one, but it's also a nice board. Can probably do something with it. But yeah. My table now has a mountain of stuff. I think the rest of the stuff I need to put on the table though, so yeah. Anyway, going back to the thumbnail of this video, this little rabbit. Let me talk about this little thing. So I won't go into detail about it. So I was going down Osaka, and then I got roped into gambling, and yeah, gambling is not great. So I want to talk about it. And it's funny because there's this gambling rabbit here, but alright, let's talk about it. So, when you go to Japan, there's a few different kinds of gambling when it comes to anime goods. So first you have the official gambling, which is like these, which you can get and then you'll just randomly get one of multiple things. You kind of know that you will be getting one of like the few among the different things. So it's not really a gamble, it's more like a slight gamble, but usually to counteract stuff like this, you can buy the whole box, especially if it's not like new, like old items. If it's a new stock or like in a pop-up store or whatever, like for the, where the hell did they go? The Cinderella Grey Cafe, those tiny acrylic figures. You can buy the whole box of them so that you are guaranteed one of every single thing within it. So that's how it works. But if it's old stock, just messed up around like the Heaven Burns Red ones, you kind of don't really know what you could get from it. So yeah, that is the basic level of anime goods gambling. The very low tier gachapon or these mystery bag kind of items. The pool is not very large, usually like up to like 8 or 10, and then you'll just get one randomly. The next level of anime goods gacha is Ichiban Kuji. So Ichiban Kuji, you're able to hash your odds, especially if you're searching for a certain item. So Ichiban Kuji usually has a total of 80 items. If I'm not wrong, most Kujis will have 80 tickets that you can get. So unless you are not specifically looking for something but hoping to get the top prize, you usually either want to go for a new box that's newly opened so that you have the highest chance of being able to get the item, or praying that someone else went earlier and got super unlucky so that it increased your odds of getting the certain item you want. Unless there's a certain item you want and then it's still within like the last 10 of like the pool, then you have very good odds of being able to get it. So Kuji is you could go in blind and just pray for the best results, but also you are able to calculate exactly what you're getting into because you have the exact odds, you know how many tickets are left, you know how many tickets there are in total. So Kuji, a step up because there's a lot more tickets, but you also still kind of know what you're getting into. Can't guarantee anything, but the odds are pretty good. And then last but not least is what I would like to call the true gamble. So it's basically like actual gambling, like slots. You don't know the rates of whatever is going to come out. You know all the possible results which are able to come out, but you don't know the rates. And the thing is, when you're gambling without knowing the rates, any logical minded person will say that is a stupid idea. Why are you gambling without knowing the rates of what you're gambling for? Because when you don't know the rates of what you're gambling for, you're never able to calculate the outcome of it. For example, you can have a jackpot of $1 million and it costs $1 to roll every single time. So technically, up to the 999,000th roll, if you manage to get the jackpot of $1 million, you'll be making money. So that's the max cap. But the thing with gambling, especially with Japan, is that there are a few different other gambling styles that they have. One is like there's these like, you know those displays where they have like special prize, A prize, B prize, C prize, and then they have a claw machine with a bunch of like little paper things which you can grab and they'll throw out. So those paper things, those are definitely a freaking scam. There's literally zero chance to know what the hell you're winning inside, and there are a lot of losing tickets inside. The chance of getting the top prize of those, extremely low. The amount that you'll sink in terms of money to try and get that top prize will probably be more than how much you earn back from winning that top prize. On the other hand, there's this other kind where this rabbit came from. It's a gachapon machine, a sort of gachapon machine. So it tells you a lot of different prizes you're able to win. So it's the same as like the Kuji thing with like the top tier prize, A tier prize, B tier prize, C tier prize, for example. But you don't really know what's inside either. It's like, at least for like the Kuji machine, you can, like the claw grabbing one, you can see how many tickets there are inside. You know there's a shit ton, you know your luck, the chances are terrible, but for this one, I didn't know how much there was inside. I don't know what my odds were. But the truth is that going into a gamble without knowing odds is a terrible idea, and that was a terrible decision. The thing is that when you're gambling without knowing odds, if you don't win on the first try, you're probably not making back your money unless you put a shit ton of money in. And even if you put a shit ton of money in, maybe you'll break even, because the reason why gacha, like all these things, gambling works, is that it makes you think that you have better odds than you believe you have. And you'll rely on your thinking that if you manage to win on the first time, you'll make it big. But then after you go for the first time, you're kind of dragged into the sunk cost fallacy, and you want to try and make it back, and then technically you're always losing unless you somehow get really lucky. Basically, the only way to win these kind of gambles is if you win the top prize anytime that you are playing it. So yeah, not glad to say that I lost money, but yeah, I lost money on the rabbit. So this rabbit is a reminder to not gamble with real money anymore. So yeah, that's basically about it. That's the story I wanted to talk about. The staff there was really nice though. Had a really nice talk with the staff about Hololive. So yeah, nah, that's about it. Right, next. Glasses. I've been needing to get new glasses. These glasses I've been wearing for like 7 years or something already. These are really old. They are still fine because my degrees haven't changed that much. But yes, I bought a new pair of glasses, which I so happen to be there. So the thing is, I've always been very interested in getting a pair of collaboration glasses, but I've never really been able to figure out where to get them, because I think with collaboration glasses, they are very limited in Japan. So you have to find it in Japan, and then the shipping usually, you don't really get to ship it outside of Japan. But the thing was that while searching, I managed to find a glasses shop. Let me go and exit this. Let me grab the glasses store. Chige. So there is, let me go and open up this sec. So there is this store. It's called iMirror. So iMirror is a store that does have normal glasses, but what they specialize in is collaboration glasses. So as you can see, there's a bunch of collaboration glasses that you're able to get here from all the different kinds of series. So you have Uma Musume, Toho, Plus Live, which is like Miku, Hololive, you have GBF, Hellsing. And the thing is, a lot of the time, as long as they are not, as long as they show like that they are in stock, they are actually probably in stock. So you are actually able to get these in stock at the stores themselves. The thing with the stores though is that there are only a few stores, but there are stores which can go. Let me just go to the shop list. So there's this one at Ikebukuro. It's Ikebukuro Station. You have this store. This is more of the more normal stores. So the normal iMirror stores mostly have a mix of collaboration glasses, but they also have a bunch of normal glasses as well. Then there's the Osaka store, which I went to. But there is also one more store. Let me find it. There is one more store in Akiba. It is the... Chige. I forgot exactly where it is. Basically, there is one more store at Akiba, but I don't know why they don't show it here. Well, basically, these stores will have anime collaboration glasses in stock. So if you ever wanted to go and get collab glasses in stock, especially because a lot of the time they are limited to pre-orders. If you want to get them in stock, you can go to one of these iMirror stores and you should be able to find those which they have in stock and be able to purchase them. These are not super expensive, but they are not super cheap either. This one, they usually cost about 10,000 yen plus, 10 to 20k yen price range. Some of them go a bit higher. But compared to certain brands of frames, I would actually say that these are really good prices for just frames because they are just really nice. I cannot attest to their quality because I haven't worn them yet, but they're definitely really nice, especially if you need new glasses, you want to get something, love anime, get something related, then yeah, can get anime eyeglasses. Really nice, and so yeah, I recommend, especially if you need new glasses, you can go and check them out. Yeah, in their stores. Anyway, I need to get new glasses made, so which is why I got these. And so yeah, I'll be getting new glasses made sometime. I don't know when, sometime. When I'm free, I guess. Alright, next. Let's just go to the shirts first. I got two shirts. This is the Suisei Hitori Goto shirt. 3300 yen. Yeah, this is a Suisei shirt. Not much to talk about there. This one is from Cospa. This is a Heaven Burns Red shirt. I saw it and it's really great because it's one of the it's one of Tama's, what do you call that, catchphrases. Every time I read this, I remember what she says in game. It's really funny. That's why I got this shirt. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the Cospa shirts. I bought it from the G store. So yeah, Cospa has a lot of good selection of clothes which you can get. So yeah, really nice place. Next, a book. This is a book of famous ukiyo-e paintings, and I just wanted this for reference when it comes to Magaimono, especially with like artist names and like certain pieces, different styles and the importance of them. So yeah, I bought this, and the truth is, I've recently, after reading like more of a variety of series recently, I've really gotten interested in Japanese culture, like Japanese history. After reading, it's a series called Oda Nobunaga's, it's Nobunaga's Chef. So it's a series about a guy who got transported to the Warring States era of Japan. And after reading that, I got really interested in Japanese history. I didn't really research a lot about it, but I really got more interested in it. So especially because where I was during that time, I went to Shiga this time, and Shiga is an extremely important place when it comes to a lot of the civil fights, the civil war fights during the 1500s, during that time where Nobunaga was ruling. Went to the Azuchi Castle ruins, which is Nobunaga's castle, and yeah, it's just really cool place. Really interesting to see a lot of like the old castles and stuff. Especially during the Kyoto area, you're able to find quite a few of them. But nearly every castle in Japan has some sort of very important history in the civil wars. And so yeah, it's really nice to explore. So really got me interested a lot more into it. So yeah. Anyway, ukiyo-e paintings, after seeing some of them in real life, holy shit, they're really good. I don't think I'll start painting, but definitely something that I'll think about because they are just really nice paintings. They're really good. Anyway, last but not least, we have a box. You must be wondering what's in the box. So yeah, I'll show you what's in the box. Just cut it, yeah, let me just cut it. There's tape on it. I'm cutting towards myself, which is very dangerous. Don't cut towards yourself, cut away please. So anyway, the stuff in this store where I got this, it's not cheap, but I really appreciated what the store had, so that's why I got it. This store is pretty new as well, so I will be talking about it after about it for a bit after this as well. This is like the last item anyway. So it is a Bakuman print. So I recently finished reading Bakuman right before Manga Dex killed everything. But yeah, the truth is there was other series there which I actually wanted to get stuff off. There was GTO and Golden Kamui, but the Golden Kamui prints were super large, so I wasn't sure if I had space to bring it back, so I didn't want to. And GTO only had one print, so I also wasn't one that I really enjoyed. So yeah. Anyway, these prints are from Japanime Art Gallery. So I saw this while I was in Harajuku. I was just there. I was just looking at the map just for fun, and let me go and open it up because it's a really recently open place. But what's really cool about this place is the kind of stuff that it sells. Because one of the coolest things about this place, first and foremost, the store has very good support, so like language support. So if you are like speak English or whatever, the staff there will be able to help you. I think like the owner might be not a Japanese, but yeah, you have a bunch of these prints which you can get. But one of the greatest things about this place is that they have original manga sales for a few select series. Mostly shonen series is what they have, but they also have a lot of series that are just generally extremely popular during like the early 2000s era stuff. So they also have some game prints as well, but they are basically all pretty much official stuff. And yeah, I wonder if I can open up this store on... I don't know if I have Maika. But yeah, basically they have a lot of really cool artworks, and they just have folders of authentic original manga sales from like the artists themselves. So if you really love manga, I would say you can check Japanime Art Gallery. The Harajuku store makes it really easy for you to visit it, but they have a main store in Kyoto, which is a lot larger, I think, but the Harajuku one is very convenient, and they still have a lot of stuff. It's definitely not a place for everyone, especially with the price tag for some of these. They're definitely not cheap, but they're official, and especially if you're a super die-hard fan of certain series, you'll be able to get stuff which you are not able to get anywhere else, and that's just crazy cool. So yeah, really cool place. And so yeah, I managed to get a piece. I might not get another piece in the future. They're really nice though, and they can ship globally as well. If like for example you get a really big piece and you can't really lug it around, they do, I'm pretty sure they do support like sending it to wherever you live. But yeah, it was a really cool store. It was not a big place, but it definitely was really cool to take a look at. Especially some of the old, like the original drawings of stuff, they were just really cool to see. Especially as a manga fan. I'm not the biggest fan of all the series there, but just seeing some of them as a manga fan in general, just seeing some of the things that they have in the store is just absolutely amazing. It's just a really cool thing to take a look at. I would say even if you're just going to take a look, that's perfectly fine because it's just really cool. So yeah. Anyway, last but not least, it's not really important, but it's funny. I bought my first Ita bag. Ita Live pouch. I was wondering whether I should get like a full Ita bag, like the large size one, but I don't think I had enough space, so I decided to get a smaller one. I actually needed a smaller bag for just like carrying around for like long day stuff, because right now I only have a backpack or a super small pouch. The super small pouch is all going up for like an hour or two, and the backpack, is kind of too big for going out for a whole day. So this is like the perfect size where I can put stuff and everything I need for a whole day of being outside. And so I decided to get it. Plus also I thought it was funny because it's an ITA bag. So if you want to get ITA bags, right, there are quite a few places you can get them. Usually any major like gamers and animates should have a section where they have all like the ITA bag stuff like this as well for your little plushies. So you can get all of these at your usual major what do you call that, anime stores. So yeah, if you ever were looking for ITA bags, you can always get them pretty easily. And so right now I'm going to decorate this ITA bag. And also I can dump all like the trash in here as well. Alright, first and foremost, initial impressions. Quite spacious. Big enough, quite wide. And put quite a lot of stuff in, surprisingly. Not surprisingly. Technically, this front pouch, you could convert it to a normal pouch where you put normal stuff like a human. But that's not the point of an ITA bag. If you're getting an ITA bag, you're getting an ITA bag to put all your anime goods. So there's no reason to be putting normal stuff. Also, I have no idea how to peel off this tape. I think I should just cut it. Let me just cut it. Let me see if I'm smart enough to figure out how to put on a strap. Actually, nah, it's not hard. It's literally a clip-on strap. If I can't put it on, I'm just an idiot. Wow, it's so tight though. Alright, I managed to put it on. Good thing the strap can spin. Let's check out what's inside this layer of styrofoam. I don't know if I should keep it in as padding or protection. I think it looks weird if I keep it in, so I'll take it out. Alright, so I'm wondering what I should put inside. The thing is that there's two layers inside this inner front pocket. There's like the front one where you put your ITA stuff, and the back one I think you can actually put normal stuff. But I would say be cautious because yeah, you're putting stuff that could very potentially get damaged. And so first and foremost, I will be putting both VVs inside because I have to put my Oshi first. It's only natural. So take out the plastic. Hey, look at this. There's more plastic within the plastic. That's great. I need to figure out how much space I have. Vivi might be a bit too big for this bag. I could put her sideways, but it's kind of a bit too big. Well, if that's the case, I might not be able to put Vivi inside. I think the other Vivi is about the same height as well. So if this is not fitting, the rest might not fit. Which means that in all likelihood, I will be converting this to a Vespo bag because the Vespo ones are smaller. So let's put that theory to the test. So yeah, fits a lot better in here now. Usually people will put cam badges in, but I don't really have a lot of cam badges. Never been a big fan of cam badges in the first place, so probably won't be doing that. But the funny thing about putting all these acrylic stands inside is that after I put the acrylic stands inside, I have the bottom stand, which I have no idea what to do with. So that might become an issue, but it's an issue for me to figure out after putting everything inside. Oh shit, where did I put the stand? Alright. In fact, let me go and keep one bag just to put all the spare stands inside, because I feel like if I did not, I would probably start losing track of where they disappear to. Whoa. Machigaita. Anyway, they have names on them, so at least I will be able to tell which stand is for who. The stands are a bit big as well though, so I won't be able to fit, like, what do you call that? I'll be able to put a stand inside as well. I should put a hard sheet behind. That'll probably be a good idea, but oh, I ran out of space already with just 4. Actually, no, I think I just put it badly. Ah, it's fine. I think I can stack them just a slight bit. It'll be fine. Plastic is... Plastic is durable enough. And nah, I think they move around too much, honestly. Yeah, they're just gonna move. How do people do it? Is there a way to do an Ita bag with a specific way to do Ita bags with acrylic stands? They're just moving around. Am I just bad at this? Yeah. I think there are specific bots which you're supposed to use for these, so you can stop them from moving around so much. I think you're supposed to do it raw. Well, that's an issue. Maybe I'll try something out after this. But I just put all the keychains on this and whatnot. So I want to put the Koyo on. I'll just put it in the strap. Yeah, by the way, Japan was really cool during this period of time. It was actually really nice. Okay, we have the Koyo on. The white really contrasts with the black, but I think it's okay. Man, I need some instructions for this bag. Am I stupid? There's some straps behind. I don't know what they're for. Yeah, you can stick a pen light or something, I guess. And let's see which. Should I put every keychain that I have here on it? That would be funny, but it would also be a lot of keychains. I think that's the whole point though. Alright, let's see how much I can stack on this bag. Okay, first we have Nanamin. I want to stick on to something else. Let me grab this. I can take off the plastic wrapping on this as well now. How are you supposed to take these off? Just rip it. A bit of a extreme way to do it. Alright, I freed it. I know with how this is, I could put so many things on this. Where did the Nanami charm go? It's a really tiny finger. Ouch. This is on the small one with the Vivi. If I can even get it. Oh. Alright. That's one down. God, I have too little space. You know what, let me just... First and foremost, let me just get... Kiki Rara Bibi. Let's get the acrylic stands. I'll get the acrylic stands done and I'll put them where they should be. At least temporarily where they should be. Let me get rid of all the cardboard. I say get rid of, but it's more like putting them aside for recycling. It's good to recycle. We have regular outfit Vivi with more cardboard. Davies. I think Vivi is streaming right now. She's playing Inzoi. I never really got. I don't even know what Inzoi is about, but I should go and watch the stream. But I'm busy doing this right now. How did I destroy this bag so terribly? Maika. Davies. Kigirara Bibi. Alright. Still have a lot of acrylic stands. Just stack them up a bit. remove all this cardboard. Let me get all the keychains out. I cannot figure out how to open this. Am I stupid? Ah, I figured it out. I am stupid. Where did I put the... Oh, I put it here. I haven't seen where everything is anymore. And then the Hinano. I think I want to put all the metal together, so I will the Kagasumi. This sticker is extremely powerful. I just destroyed the sticker, it's fine. Ta-da! And there's plastic here. And this is a perfect ring so that I can put the ring onto the ring. Actually, let me do it the other way. I really hate these rings anyway. I always find them so difficult to deal with. And now you got metal on metal on metal. It's gonna annoy so many people, I feel. Just cling clanging. What should I do? I put this. On the other side to counterweight. And then I have a zip and I can put stuff on the Koyo bag as well. I have the strap. Actually, I think I should move it onto the strap. Should I? I feel like it's a bit heavy, so moving on to the strap is probably a better idea. I think this is a bit long, so I'll loop it around once. All right, then we have these. God, it's so complicated. The Heaven Burns Red keychains. Oh, now let me got caught. And Sha. I wonder what I should do. Should I segregate them? I don't want the metal with metal. Actually, I could put stuff on here as well, but this is hard. Making an Ita bag is a difficult thing. Which is heavier right now? I think Koyo is still lighter here. I'll just put more then. Ugh. And then Kagasumi as well. Where did I end up? I shouldn't put this here. I need to put this. Put this here. I'll put it here. What did I do to this? Oh no, it's a bit tangled up. And I think I should put this through that as well. Man, this is such a difficult thing. Let me loop it. I can't see. Oh. This bag is becoming heavy even without anything in it. Alright, what else am I going to do? Instead of this Sui-chan. I think I'll put this on normally on the zip. And then What do I do with these? Things I actually don't like these little chain things that much. I think I'll actually remove them. I don't really like these because these can actually break quite easily. So I'm not really a fan of these ball chain link style things. So I'll remove them. Even with just these small things, you can do a lot. For example, you can do this. Yeah, I don't really like the chain link, so I'm just gonna remove them. I gotta keep the dupes with them on though, since yeah. My hands are becoming so plasticky. Ah. With weight distribution is uneven again, so time to weight distribution of this bag is goddamn terrible. It's so bad. It's so terribly weight distributed. It's criminal how bad the weight distribution on this thing is. Anyway, I want to figure out what to do for the front. Because there's no real good way to do anything. Truth is, actually, I think stuff like this works. Because they don't move. The thing is, I don't know which I do have them off. The only other ones I have right now are Oshinoko ones, which I might try. Let me first... Let's get rid of this Karami Hayato first. Ugh. So tiny. Little guy. Oh, Machikaita. It is my postcard booklet where I just have a bunch of like postcards. I'll go and fill them in with stuff later. Right now it's a bit messy. So let me first try with this. Yabai! Fell out. my god, the sound every time I pick this thing up. You can see I can put it in here and it'll kind of stay. So I don't think I can fit that many, so question is who do I want to put in? Let's put in Kana. Kana. While I do put most of my acrylic stands on my cupboards, I actually do put some up here because I actually ran out of space. It's a bit dusty. I should go and clean it off with my hands because I don't have anything else to clean it off with. Hayaku. They don't stick very well. Oh, especially after they're pushed out, they don't really like sting. Right, it sort of works. It's a bit scuffed though. Alright. Anyway, for now, let me go and set up all the Viespo acrylic stands. Oh, I've nearly been live for 2 hours. That's how long it took for me to do all this stuff. I know I was yapping a bit as well, but Sumi Uhi. This is Toto. Sumi. Yeah, my fingers are not working the best, it seems. And then this is Emataso. Tasso. Isumi. Uhi. Sumi. Toto-sen. Oh, these fit very snugly, I would say. Yeah, those definitely fit really snugly compared to some of the other acrylic figures I've had. Sometimes they like to not, the tolerance between the stand and the foot of the stand are quite bad sometimes, and they will just like fall off if they feel like falling off. I just destroyed this plastic. Great, it will kill a turtle easier now. Why is this thing so hard to open? God, it's freaking terrible. I can't open it. I'm just destroying the plastic. Oguri Kyap. These are pretty good tolerances as well. Then we have the Momoko figures. I realize I haven't been showing them before Actually, I showed them already. I just haven't showed them after I take them off the plastic. Plastic ASMR, boys. You guys love that. Oh, there's no extra plastic inside. It's just larger plastic, so there's an equal amount of plastic used. So let's see. Man, I love Momoko Sensei. Hey there. Alright. Alright, we don't have that much plastic left. Just 3 more to go. We have Sakura Chiono. We have Koyo. My god, it's plastic in the plastic. Oh god. That's crazy. They double plastified it. And there's a paper that's statically stuck on. And the Nanamin, I'll deal with the Nanamin later. These figures are pretty big, so I shall set them up first. Koyo. The Koyo. It's a really nice art style for this one, and then the Sakura Chiono. Itu. Last but not least, the largest cut acrylic size I've ever seen. That is falling apart immediately. Oh, it's taped on. They know it's loose, so they had to tape it. Now this tape. Everything is taped. It's so loose that they're taped on everything. That's funny. Except Nanami. Nanami is not taped. Look at this thing, it's huge. It's the size of my face. But yet, the Nanami is tiny. There we go, this is the Nanami. I need to deal with this huge chunk of acrylic. Alright, and I think I have finished everything. I wonder if I can try something. Since I have this huge acrylic board, I think I can go and support the inner Ita bag with it. It helped a bit. Helped a bit. It helps a bit. Simply pulling strands out from this strap. I guess I could change the strap if it's really bad, but it's such a stupid bag. It's so heavy. And this side is heavy. And this side is heavy. I put them on the wrong direction though. Whatever, it's fine. Alright, anyway, I think I'll end the stream because it's been quite a long time and I need to go and pack up everything and make sure everything is cleaned up. So yeah, I'll be ending the stream now, and Cora just wants to say Otsupego, bye bye.